What did you see in the preseason that leads you to believe that you guys are ready?
Like I said, we've just been bringing a lot of energy in practice, and we've been relying on each other, trying to stay together as much as possible. Having no fans can be hard to play in. You know what I mean? So you got to kind of bring your own energy, and that's what we've been working on. So I think we're ready.
Right. What do you know about Liberty at this point, if anything?
We watched some film. They got a lot of shooters, and we just got to respect them like any other team and just go out and be ready to play.
Just with all the inexperienced guys who have to play for you, does that change what the upperclassmen have to do this year in terms of helping them along or anything like that? Or is everybody pretty self-sufficient at this point?
I mean, it doesn't necessarily change, but obviously the upperclassmen have to give a little more. But with Eric out and some other guys, it's kind of hard to kind of get into things. But we're gonna go down there with what we got, and I think we got a really good shot at it. So
right. How do you overcome not having Eric?
We have backups. We have backups for Eric, and obviously when he gets back, we'll be rolling. But either way, I think we're good. We still got Isaiah, we still got Jaden. Those guys have been working. Eric's been in practice, teaching them and kind of guiding them, giving them tips and stuff like that on the side, cheering us on. So, Eric's been doing a great job of being a leader. He realizes that he's a upperclassman. He has to help the guys. So, and that's what he's been doing. So, so it's big leadership by Eric. And we're just gonna continue what we have.
Right. You're playing on Thanksgiving this week, and then in the Big Ten season, you're gonna play on Christmas Day. What's that gonna be like?
It should be good, man. You grow up, watching the NBA. The NBA played on Christmas. I've watched those games, and it's kind of good to kind of sit back with your family and watch games like that. So I think, if anything, we'll have a lot of people watching us, and it should be fun. So
good. Thank you, Trey.
This is Kyle Koso with the Space Coast event. Wanted to get your take on how you balance being patient with a lineup that's got so much, so many new players and people still finding roles versus high expectations and, the rigor that Purdue basketball, typically employs. So you've got to kind of balance that out. How do you sort of see that happening?
Like I said, we're gonna go down there with what we got, and we're gonna play as hard as we can, and as long as everybody does their job, we should be fine.
Hey Trevion, Mike Carmen here. This is the first time you guys are going to take a road trip since last spring. And usually when you go to these exotic places, you get out and do stuff, but you guys are going to be confined to the hotel and the gym. How do you process that, and how do you guys adjust to doing that?
It is a bit of an adjustment, but at the end of the day, it's a business trip, and we're here to win. So it's not really about that stuff, and so we're focused on playing the game and winning the game. So.
Just to get this season started, did you ever think that you would reach this point based on what's happened the last 8-9 months?
I don't think anybody thought, we reached this point, but, we're here now. So, and, throughout all this time, leading up to this point, we've been working constantly, just putting in work every day in practice and trying to get better. So, I think it should pay off for us.
And, it's been a couple of weeks since Eric suffered the injury. Do you feel like you guys have had enough time to adjust without him?
Definitely had enough time. Like I said, we got backups, and Eric's been doing a really good job of kind of helping those guys, the younger guys. So it's really been on Eric, and he's been doing his job. He's been cheering us on, clapping for us in practice, whatever the case may be. He's been doing his part. So I think the other guys will be fine.
All right. Thank you.
Trey, I had one more real quick. Can you just speak to your approach this season? Being named first team preseason All Big Ten, that's people telling you they think you're one of the best players in the Big Ten. How do you kind of approach this season in terms of how good you think you can be and kind of what you're capable of, if that makes sense.
None of that stuff really excites me right now. I'm trying to be humble about it. You know, all those things will come. As long as I play my hardest and do what I can on the court to make Purdue win. That's all that matters to me. But none of the other stuff really excites me. So
you have to kind of carry yourself a little bit differently this year. Like, you are capable of being one of the best guys on in the Big Ten, and obviously your team needs you to kind of be that kind of player.
Definitely. Like I said, as long as I do my part, I think we'll be fine. We've been putting in a lot of work, a lot of different actions and stuff like that. Pretty much every day there's something new, that we're learning. So, and we're adding to our system. So, I'm excited to play, and I'm eager to get on the court. So,
thank you, Trevion.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
I got one, Chris.
Go ahead, Deandre.
You spoke earlier about gearing up to play with no fans. Who's been those energy guys for you all in practice?
Like I said, Eric's been doing a great job of having leadership towards other guys, and he's been our energizer. He's always the guy that brings the energy, and we've been feeding off him. And then other guys will get going, obviously, but Eric's been that guy for us. He's our energizer, so we kind of feed off him, and we've been, like I said, we've been adding new stuff, and I think we're all just excited to play.
And then kind of how do you think that will play out once you guys actually get to the game being there with no fans?
Obviously, we hope for the best, but, all we can do is play our hardest and just hope Purdue wins. That's all that matters.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Hey, Trey, real quick, you just talk about the anticipation of getting ready for game one, how with everything that's gone on this year, the excitement level around this team of just getting ready for game one, how does it feel different than the last couple of years, if at all?
Obviously it's been kind of crazy for everybody. So, just this game itself is different. Even just traveling is different. Everything's going to be different. And, as a college team in the Big Ten, you have to be able to adjust and kind of, stay disciplined, just be ready to play.
How, as an upperclassman, how do you help make sure that these guys are ready on Wednesday night with all the unknowns and all the uncertainty?
Like I said, it's not about me. It's about us, and just trying to keep them focused and trying to give as much advice as I can, as far as like playing on the road and stuff like that. Then going back to last tournament, So, obviously, just giving back to those guys by with my knowledge and the stuff that I learned up until this point. Just trying to give back as much as possible. So I think we'll be fine.
And lastly, for me, what are you looking forward to seeing the most from the young guys, the freshmen?
Everybody just plays their role. As a freshman, some guys want to come in and they want to try to overdo it, kind of show coach like, oh, I need more playing time. But I think with our freshmen, they're very disciplined and they're going to do what they're asked. So I think we'll be fine.
Thanks, Trey.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Trey.
Yep.
You're good.
Thank you.